Hamilton Island for the Hamilton Cup. Its major focus is the outrigger canoe races that have become the biggest regatta of its kind in Australia.
But this year, the island added to the carnival by staging a new event, the Holiday Inn Australasia Surf Ski Classic, a race for the best surf ski paddlers in the country. The lucky reporter doing his duty for Wide World of Sports was our very own Charles Stewart.
The Whitsunday Passage was named by Captain James Cook when he sailed through these islands on the 7th Sunday after Easter, Whitsunday, back in June 1770. It was during that journey he made note of a sighting of two men and a woman using an outrigger canoe, the first seen on the Australian coast. To commemorate that sighting, Hamilton Island stages the Hamilton Cup for outriggers at the same time every year as Cook sailed through, the festival of Whitsunday. Most still come for the outrigger canoe races, but this year, many of our best paddlers also brought their skis for a race from Cat's Eye Bay out to the tiny Fitzallen Island, back across the bay, and then to the beach. Twice, 2 laps, a total of 12 kilometres, a race of about 1 hour. For the ski paddlers, this will be a fairly unusual race because they're also going to have to run as well as paddle. They'll be running at the start, they'll be running in between the 2 ski legs, and they have to run to the finish. But it's hardly likely to bother them too much because this is Australia's richest ski race. $10,000 up the grabs, $6,000 for the first person across the line. Headlining the ski talent is West Australian Dean Gardner, Australia's best endurance paddler, 3 times the winner of the famous Molokai race, and last year the runner-up in the 1,000-kilometre Great Lakes paddle from New York to Chicago.
The biggest race for me nowadays is a race in the States, which is a 31-day race from Chicago to New York, and that's in a month's time, and actually Martin and I are both doing that. So a race like this is perfect because now we should be, hopefully done enough mileage previous, and now we should be sort of trying to sharpen up a little bit going into that race. So, a 12k, an hour-long race is perfect. It's great to have the competition before you go into a long race like that.
Another of the stars taking part is 26-year-old Martin Kenny, the younger brother of legendary Ironman Grant Kenny. The Mooloolaba athlete has been carving out his own place in paddling history in recent years, performing well in Molokai, as well as being one of the best performers in last summer's Surf League.
It's a short race in terms of what everything else we do this time of year. Most of the races we do this time of year, most of them are 30 k's plus. So this is a little bit shorter, but also fits in well with our training for the rest of the season.
And then there's the Gold Coast's Ian Rowling, an Olympic bronze medalist in the K4 kayaks in Barcelona, as well as the winner of the 20 Beaches ski race 2 years ago in Sydney. He easily makes the transition to ski paddling whenever he can.
I enjoy it. I don't get to do it often enough, but I usually have to, if I've got a race coming up, I have to make sure I get out a few times on it beforehand so I don't make a fool of myself.
2 days earlier, most of these paddlers took part in a warm-up ski race around Hamilton Island. In that event, Dean Gardner won comfortably in the rough conditions and picked up $1,000 first prize. With the stakes even higher today, everyone was keyed up. Early in the race, the field is tightly bunched. Olympic kayaker Ian Rowling is setting the early pace, but well positioned are all of the top seeds.
I should be able to get off the beach fairly well, and then, as I think most of the guys are going to be doing, I don't think one guy will be able to get out ahead in this race part and stay there. There's too many other good guys that will work together to catch back up. So it's going to be a case of getting in a good spot in the lead pack and trying to do your share of the work, but not pull everyone else along. And then I think have another re-evaluate the situation about halfway through the race and adjust your tactics to see what you can do according to where you are and who's with you.